It is your boy Debo D with Just Send It Garage. We're going to be putting fog lights in a 2026 GMC Sierra. Let's do it. This is my 2026 GMC Sierra SLE. Of course, on the SLE Pro, essentially the work trucks and the SLE, you can't get fog lights. It's not an option. They are available on an Elevation, an SLT, and a Denali. GM used to have a kit that was a plug-and-play. This one is not a plug-and-play. They don't make the kit anymore. However, I did purchase the harness by Gen 5, and actually I'll show you that harness then. And what that does is once you have the fog lights in, it's set up for your parking lights, and it is also designed so when your low beams kick on, or I mean your high beams kick on, it will turn off the fog lights, which is mandatory in Pennsylvania. So let's go take a look at the fog lights. The fog lights are an eBay special. It does come with a wiring harness. This is the Chinese wiring harness. I don't really feel like drilling a hole in a brand new pickup truck to put a fog light switch in. Plus, this won't work with when the high beams get kicked on. Your fog lights will still be on, and of course, that's not going to work here. But in Pennsylvania, and I think in a lot of other states, that when the high beams are on, the low beams can't be on. But these are cheap enough. It does come with the covers, because when you take out the plastic and you put the fog lights in, you do need the trim covers. These are again an eBay special right here. I think they were $53. They do use the OEM plugs though, and they're LED. Sorry, one-handed. So you literally pop the cover out and you put these in place, and then we'll work on wire. To get you in here, these are the plastic pieces that we're going to be taking out, and if you can see underneath, they're just plastic little pins in here, and you got to pop 1, 2, 3, 4 little clips out, and then these covers will release, and it's going to bolt to the factory OEM spots. So let's work on getting that. About these Chinese knockoffs, this again, they fit in holes, but I really don't know how they think you're going to fit your fingers in here. These bolts, there's literally no room. You have to try to push the bolt in from the back side, at least get the two started, the upper and the lower, and then you slide the fog light in, and you hope and pray that you can get the nut on it. Holy moly. I mean, you can get it, and by the time you get it and you snap it all together, I mean, they don't look bad. And yes, I did test them before I put them in, because these things are not coming the hell out. So learning the hard way, do not try to use the included bolts. The included bolts are almost impossible to get behind. So I went and picked up these these are essentially fender tabs, and you'll be able to slide this in the provided holes, and then at that point you can actually bolt these down, because there's no way of unless taking the entire bumper off of this thing, there is no way of holding the bolt in the back and trying to get this tightened down. So that was the fix for that. Lesson learned. So once you have the clips slid in, essentially you just put the fog light back up into it, and then you're gonna screw in the supplied bolts with it. You're gonna do it on both sides. And again, relatively easy. Just don't use the bolts that came supplied with the fog lights. You're never gonna get them out. So now let's go wire the harness. This is the harness that you get from Gen 5. So this harness, again, is a piggyback harness. It's going to go in between the headlight. And the way that they have this wired is you have the two relays. So when your parking lights are on, fog lights will kick on. And then when it's in automatic or low beams, they will also kick on. However, to make it legal, when you turn on the high beams, it will turn off the fog lights. And the whole point of this is a plug-and-play harness with no additional modifications that you need to make to the truck. So we already got the fog lights installed. Now we're just going to work on wiring the harness. Start by pulling the passenger side plug. And this is relatively easy. On GM, you pop the red clip out. Relatively easy, I say that. With the red clip up, then all you got to do is push down and do a little wiggle to pull the plug out. And there you go, you have your 12-pin connector. Now I'm also going to pop off, there's a little plastic wiring harness plug here. I'm going to pop that off the light so it gives us a little bit more room. So I'm going to stick the clip in here and try to push this out all the way. Don't do that while it's extremely hot, by the way. That will burn you. Let's see if there's a better place to pull this from. So after some knuckle bashing, both relays I just mounted with 3M tape here. Ran the wiring. You can see the piggyback harness, everything's plugged back in. And then you run the fog light harness down in between the front grille support and the front crash bar. And then once they're down, just run them to each fog light. Wanted to show the finished product. Joining me today. If you like that type of content, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I will catch you in the next video. Peace.